Hey, Gemma and Campbell, welcome and thank you for doing this pre-show recording. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much. Yeah,
much.
we're really excited to be here as well.
Tell me where you're calling in from.
So we're in Scotland at the moment. Yeah, we're visiting family for the holidays, and hence why we're not actually in our van, like our home on wheels, just now. She's actually in the garage getting repairs done, much needed repairs. And yeah, it's very cold here in Scotland.
It is very frosty outside.
You have an amazing journey that people who are overland travelers, van lifers, people who have an experience in travel that is so unique. Tell us about your background. How did you get into this?
I guess it kind of started like we've always been into the outdoors as kids. Like, both of our families growing up, our parents always took us on like caravanning holidays and camping trips. And then that just kind of, I guess, bled through into our earlier relationship. Like, like 9, 10 years ago, we went on our first backpacking trip across to Australia. We rented a camper van, did the East Coast. And then we were just like, that was awesome. Like once
Yeah.
we finish uni and we, save up some money and get real jobs, and we'll come back and we definitely need to do this again.
Yeah, and that's what we did. And we went back over to Australia. We travelled around Europe. We actually bought a camper van when we were in Australia as well. We were over there for a year. We went across to Asia as well. And then the pandemic brought us back to the UK. We actually came back to surprise our families for Christmas, and we got stuck over here. And that is what led us to then buying a motorhome over here in Scotland and doing a lot more kind of UK and European travel content in our motorhome, and then jetting off to Asia when we want a little bit of warmer weather in the winter as well.
In your journeys, you've been documenting this. You've been blogging. You've been video. Tell me, why did you start doing that? Creating content for your travels.
I guess we kind of started creating content for our travels as a way of like just basically sharing our stories with our family and friends. Like it all kind of started off. We always loved traveling. Like we went, as I said, backpacking in Australia, and we had loads of people asking us questions. Where did you go? What did you do? And we thought we may as well actually just write this down, because it's a way of sharing, information, and like, trying to inspire other people. But also it means that we don't need to constantly get asked for the same recommendations all the time. We can just kind of tell people like, oh, go and read our blog about it. And then also just a way of sharing with our friends and family that we're actually still alive, without needing to call home every single day. So our parents didn't need to worry as much because we were on Instagram every single day.
Yeah.
And
It was also a really fun way to meet people whilst we were travelling. And we were interrailing around Europe for a while, and we met up with a lot of really inspiring people. There was one couple that we actually met up with who were cycling around Europe, and they ended up they were selling their bikes to go and get married over in Las Vegas, and we bought their bikes and ended up finding ourselves cycling around Europe as well. So it kind of brought us a lot of like spontaneous adventures.
yeah, I
So we
think
just
we
became
cycled over 1,000 kilometers just
yeah.
randomly, never touched a bike before in our lives, and we were just like, why
Why
not?
not? So yeah, it just opened up a lot of opportunities for us, and then as it grew, and I guess social media kind of became more of a business opportunity for people, and it just grew, and the opportunities grew for us, and we've now managed to turn sort of social media into our business, which has just been amazing because it's allowed us the flexibility and freedoms to travel.
So the unintended benefit of just making sure your family knew that you were safe is now you guys are experts, expert in the travel
Uh,
space.
yeah, I
Where
mean,
people who are
because we
exploring, they turn to you as the experts. That's pretty flattering, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very flattering. I would say, like we're seen as experts because we seem to do everything wrong. So I would say, like, we're a good example of what not to do when you're traveling. But yeah, I mean, I guess we've got a lot of experience, definitely.
Yeah, we get a lot of people say, "Oh, I loved it when blah blah went wrong in your video." We're like, "Oh, that's great."
Tell me about your perspective in collaboration with brand partnerships and how that can bring a win-win or a success or even advantages to both parties.
Having creators and brands collaborate together is a really great opportunity for brands to receive like first-hand feedback on people that are actually, especially when we're traveling and we're out in the field. If we were to work with a brand that has backpacks, we can actually go and test out the backpacks and test out what their sort of capabilities are for hiking or for weekend trips, or how much we can pack into it. And it kind of gives that opportunity for like first-hand feedback, from like working together, and then it also gives the creator the opportunity to test out a new piece of kit, which is great as well.
And it's also good for the brands in the same sense as it gives them the opportunity to create content of their products actually being used like in real life rather than just in another commercial or anything like that. It gives us the opportunity to show it to our audience who are like specifically interested in this, like that tiny little niche, and they are only interested in that, and it allows us to specifically target that audience because it's a product they'll be interested in.
As the buying trends shift, right? Social media is becoming such an influential marketplace where brands understand that, look, in order to really have an impact, these people are using it, and I need to create a product that's really viable for what they're doing. So there's huge benefit in doing that. Now, tell me about your involvement. You're coming to the Travel Goods Show. Tell me about your involvement and what you'll be doing there at the show.
We're really excited to meet up and chat with brands and other creators that are over there. There's a few that we recognise that were on the list that are going already. One of them actually being the LCA, Lost Creator Academy. That was actually a course that we took a good number of years ago now.
3 years ago now. I would say it was one of the key cornerstones of like our evolution from just a kind of like hobby almost to actually turning it into a business and like producing like higher quality video content and starting to actually like hone in and think about it as seeing the potential that it could be. So it's a really good brand we'd be loving to work with, and like just other kind of I guess brands as well, such as from the backpacks to actually brands that we use out in the field all the time. Like we used to have Life Straw bottles, so like we're really excited to go and chat with them. And I think that was our first ever interrailing trip. We took Life Straw bottles with us, and it just meant that we could like drink from anywhere.
One of the first brands that we actually worked with as well, Life Straw,
yeah,
I think as
right.
well. So yeah, we're just really excited to meet and make connections with lots of the brands that are going.
Yeah. One of the things that we will be involved in when we're at the TGA is we're going to be sitting on the panel talking about van life, and I'm really excited to get involved in that, just to kind of provide, I guess, our experience of European and UK van life and hear what other people have to say about like American van life and just see how it differs and like what we can learn from each other based on that. It's one of the highlights, I think, of the show for us, definitely. And then we're also doing a bit of speed dating when we're there, aren't we, as well?
Yes. We're excited
with manufacturing companies, that is. We're hoping to just try and meet as many different kind of brands and chat to as many people as we can and just see how many people we can meet and what we can learn from each other.
Your travel experience is a little more unique than somebody who jumps on a plane and goes from point A across the pond to point B. Now, when you travel and in your travels, you've done a lot of different types of travel. What are 5 travel related items that you just cannot leave home without?
One of them for me is definitely my eye mask. I've invested in a really good, comfortable eye mask. It's like cushions around my eyes, and it means that if we are parked up somewhere that's quite bright, if we're sleeping in the van and we've got lights coming in through the blinds, can still try and get a good night's sleep because it's completely black out. Or if we're in an airport and we need a bit of rest on a plane, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, we can use it just basically anywhere and everywhere. You put that on and it's just like pitch black. And then combining that with our AirPods, which we invested in, we use that for everything from like editing videos to just relax and listen to music, doing meditation, and then also like sleeping at night. We put them in, especially in the van, again, in case it's like we're parked up somewhere noisy. Yeah. So earplugs or AirPods are definitely a must. And then I guess it's just like being out in the field all day long. We've got a battery pack just to charge up our phone and our cameras and stuff. And then just a good backpack as well. I love, like, I've got a Wandered bag at the moment and like it just goes everywhere with me. It's so comfortable, and I would say that's definitely a must for when I'm traveling.
And a camera.
A camera as well, of course.
Capture your memories. At the moment, we use the level 8 suitcases, and they are brilliant because we found we were actually just getting a bit sore backs carrying big heavy backpacks when we were going long-term backpacking. So we got some level 8 suitcases, and they have been brilliant. They're like 4-wheeled, they're really sturdy. We can put our hand luggage bag on top of that, and they've been brilliant.
Where is your next adventure? Where are you off to next?
We're spending some time around Scotland, really, for the next couple of months. I think we are going to be maybe heading up north. We're a bit in limbo at the
Yeah.
moment. We're kind
Either
of
north
waiting
or
to
south.
see what's happening with Ellie, our van, and
Yeah.
then we're just going to be embracing the last bit of like cold weather. Especially, I think it's to hit -8 next week in Scotland, possibly some snow.
Yeah.
So hopefully we might be able to get out and adventure around in that, and then it's going to be America for us,
Yes.
which we're so excited about.
Where can we find you online? Where can manufacturers, people looking for fun, cool adventures find you?
So if you're looking to find us, we are under the tag Highlands2Hammocks. That kind of came from the journey from the Highlands of Fiji when we went backpacking initially to.
It's a bit mixed up. It's the Highlands of
The
Highlands of Scotland back to the hammocks of Fiji is like our story of moving back from there to there. So we're all over social media on Highlands2Hammocks, and then I've also got our website, which is our kind of cornerstone content, which is highlands2hammocks.co.uk.
And we're on YouTube as well.
Yep.
As we conclude here, what is one piece of travel related wisdom that you can impart?
I think it's a bit cliche, but I would just say enjoy yourself and find time to be present in the moment, because sometimes when you've got really busy itineraries, it can be easy to just be go, go, go. But we like to always kind of like find a moment to just sit and really like say like I am present and like really like take in what's around you and make sure that you're just enjoying those moments.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We look forward to seeing you in March, and whether you go north or whether you go south, I hope you have safe travels, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. We're really looking forward to coming over.